defensive stop maybe they caught out.
Yeah, I thought we took some ill-advised shots that weren't necessarily. It's not really who we are. Guys are trying to take it on their own shoulders instead of maybe trusting the offense, and we were a little stagnant offensively, and then defensively, they punched us a few times, and we didn't react to it very well. So we've got a lot to learn from this game. I think we'll take a lot from this game and hopefully clean some things up before Monday.
Matt, I guess as you leave here, what are you most disappointed in about tonight's game?
Obviously we didn't shoot it well. We didn't shoot it well from the three-point line. We couldn't make a free throw. But defensively, I didn't think we stayed true to who we are. The first half, we're jumping around on shot fakes. We're getting beat on back cuts. And granted, it's a one-day prep. I get it. And these guys are playing together for the first time. But we have to be able to take some of those things, even on a short prep, and execute them. And we didn't. But having said all that, Indiana's a really good basketball team. So don't kid yourself. We were going to have to play really well to come in here and win. They've got a lot of pieces. Bryant certainly adds another dimension to them that I don't think they had last year, with his ability to protect the rim, and they can throw it to him and he can make some plays, and even hit a three tonight. So that's a very good basketball team that beat us tonight.
Bottom line, did they just play harder than you guys did?
I thought they did at times. I don't think we reacted to the adversity. And it's the first time this team's been in that situation. You knew it was going to happen sooner or later. So we have to learn how to bounce back from it. And I think we will. I think we've got a mature enough group that understands what we have to do. But, Indiana did a good job of, taking away some of our perimeter shooting. And it became there's a lot of room in the lane, and that's why Maurice ended up with 15 shots. But, I thought some guys got stuck in the corners and didn't move, and our ball reversals weren't where they needed to be. And, we've got to clean that up in practice this weekend.
What makes a player like Yogi Ferrell so good? Had 15 points and 9 rebounds tonight.
He's just he's versatile. He can shoot the three in transition. He's gotten better. I saw him when he was younger. He played with my son on a USA team, and he didn't have the ability to go both directions and finish at the rim the way he is now. And his intermediate game is really good, and obviously his leadership on this team is good. He's started a lot of games here for him, and he's playing like a seasoned vet that you'd want him to.
What did you see?
We just never could get him in a rhythm. And again, he hasn't played in this type of environment very often in his career, and I think he's trying to find himself within our offense. And we have to do a better job maybe of manufacturing some shots for him, and work with him and watch some film and get him moving off the ball a little bit better to create some opportunities for himself.
Mac, you got obviously exposed in some areas tonight. When you go back to try to fix that in a relatively short amount of time, I guess what do you start with?
Probably the defensive end of the floor. Just making sure that we can trust the guys behind us when we're on the top of the floor, and that if I'm defending a ball screen, I trust that when I make the coverage call that the guard's going to do what he's supposed to do. And there were times we weren't on the same page tonight in that regard, and now you turn it into a 5-on-4 in a hurry with Bryant rolling to the rim, which is a tough cover with all the shooters they put on the floor. So I've got a lot of film to watch to find out where the breakdowns were, but we need some work defensively. We knew it, but we were really exposed tonight.
When Kyrie came off the floor for the last time, you kind of pulled him aside and said something to him.
Yeah, just you don't ever want this to happen, but the reality of it is, I've been at it long enough, it does, unfortunately. And if it has to happen, you just have to make sure you're mature enough to understand why it happened and what we have to do to make sure it doesn't happen again. And we have the talent in there to make sure that that's the case. But, we need a little bit more fight, a little bit more bounce in our step. And, in a place like this, against a team like this, the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game is critical. And we allowed them to play with confidence. We allowed them to get the crowd in the game. And once that train got rolling, it was hard to stop.
That's the thing. It takes a while to develop chemistry a lot of times, and you've got a lot of new parts too. You think if you take this game the right way, it's going to help you.
I don't think we have a selfish group, so I think they want to develop a chemistry that's going to be necessary for us to have the type of season that we want to have. But we need to do a lot of self-evaluation. Obviously, we as coaches evaluate after every game, after every practice, what we need to work on, what we need to improve upon. And our challenge now is just to make sure the guys, really in the first time as a group together, when adversity strikes, to make sure we handle it the right way. We certainly don't want one loss to turn into 2 or 3 losses. We've got to pick ourselves up as quickly as we can and get back to work, because we have an important game against Rutgers on Monday.
Well, you said this would teach you, or this will tell you what kind of team you had.
Yeah,
I mean,
we learned a lot. I didn't, this isn't a team that's going to go 3 of 18 from the three-point line very often. I don't think it's a team that's going to shoot free throws, 8 of 16 like we did tonight. I don't think that's who we are. So I hope that's an aberration and we don't see it again anytime soon. But they'll get in and work at it. They'll make sure those things don't happen again.